именно к этому турниру я на самом деле готовился довольно серьезно. То есть я могу сказать, что для себя я в довольно неплохой форме нахожусь, несмотря на то, что не играю, это правда. Шейн супер опытный игрок, супер титулованный, без конца играет, то есть он не выходит из турнирного состояния, в чем, естественно, он сейчас меня сильно превосходит. Но в матче до 5 побед такого большого значения это не имеет, потому что все может, во-первых, перевернуться с любого счета, вот, и у меня достаточно опыта выступлений, который всплывет в нужный момент, я надеюсь.
I think Stepanov, he's a good player. And, you know, we played a couple times before, and if I remember, I won. So, but mainly it doesn't matter who you play. It's just, you know, whatever the table goes, you know, if I get all the rolls or if he gets all the rolls, then that's pool. So you can't really determine who's going to win. I've been traveling all over the world playing tournaments, and, you know, my confidence is way up there. So I've been playing well. I got in the semifinals in China, got in the semifinals here at the Kremlin Cup, and you know I'm pretty happy with my game now.
Командный Кубок мира Dream Challenge 2019, день 2. Команда России в одном шаге от сборной США. Удастся ли восстановить нашей команде паритет, мы узнаем в заключительном матче сегодняшнего вечера. Итак, поддержим нашу команду. Встречаем! Сборная России. Константин Степанов. Команда США. Шейн Ван Боунинг. Этот одиночный матч решит многое. Поехали.
Well, we're back live with our last match for the evening. Shane Van Boening and Konstantin Stepanov. What a match. We're looking forward to. Konstantin Stepanov is one of the most successful players in Russian squad when it comes to Dream Challenge. Once again, last year he didn't drop a single point. Shane has never lost his singles match.
Well, that's an impressive stat, I must say. But I've only seen Konstantin play a few times in our World Cup of Pool, so I'm very looking forward to seeing him play against Shane here, and I think it will be a tight match.
Well, actually, Emily, it's only 2 years when Konstantin is being replaced by Ruslan Chinakov, I believe, or Fedor Gorst playing together 2 last years. Before it was all the way Konstantin Stepanov switching partners for first Konstantin Zolotilov, Vitaly Pavlukin and Fedor Gorst in the end.
I met Vitaly this week and played a bit with him. He's a fine player himself. Won the European 8-ball championships one time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
also,
pretty solid player.
He performed pretty good at the Derby City Straight Bowl.
Oh, okay. And is he Ukraine or Moscow? He's from Moscow?
Yeah.
Yes, he
yeah,
is.
right.
So Konstantin to break in this final match of the ABN Billiards Dream Challenge of the evening.
Yeah, and I think important for Konstantin to win the lag. Get off to a good start here in this match.
Are you talking about the hill already, Jeremy?
Well, just the starter, just as much the last game is. It's very important for that first game. So interesting to see if the 2 is playable. I think we would see Shane attack this 1 ball, but with the 8 ball kind of keeping the 2 blocked off, I'm not so sure it would be that wise of a decision. And Shane is so creative. Now he can shoot through the 1, kind of bank the 1 towards the 5 and run the cue ball, kind of go through the 1 with the cue ball up behind the 7. It's not a shot you shoot all the time. I'm sure it's one that Shane recognizes, but it's a bit more difficult whenever the conditions are slick. And that's what he was looking at right there. It's a touchy shot. You could easily get a double kiss on the 1 and sell out.
I must say, I do think I prefer having the 60 seconds timing after the break. It just feels like the players are having to take that extension a little too often, perhaps. But I appreciate there's a lot of timing that, you know, need to cut back on things. But you do see a lot of the players having to take that, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, especially with playing with the racking conditions we're under. We're getting a lot of variance when it comes to the looks on the one ball and just the shots after the break period. And that extension is important. Okay, cross corner kick on the one. He should have a nice heavy hit. Trying to create a little fortune.
Does he get one though?
No, he's left actually a really nice starter on the one that after a natural path to come straight down the table for the two on the side. Me and Johan commented that we liked yesterday seeing those crazy eyes by Shane that you get every now and again. That's a good sign for Team America.
We'll be looking out for those at the Mosconi then.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see him.
You know, I have a message to our viewers. Please, guys, don't be confused when you see two sets of heart rate, because like we have the team captains being monitored during this very match. So the outer,
what, the captains have the heart rates on?
Johan and Alan. So the outer set of digits is for the captains.
Fabulous!
Oh, that's
Mike,
great.
you been keeping that under your belt. You didn't tell us, did he?
No, he didn't. And keep that on Johan, by the way.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Interesting to see how his heart rate is during a match.
I think Jeremy is happy not having his heart rate being monitored right here.
No, I have a physical coming when I get home, and we'll just do it there, I guess, after this Dream Challenge is over. My annual is due when I get back. All right, so again, Shane Van Boening, when he starts an event well, talked about it before, he usually stays that way, and I don't see much difference here. He should swing the cue ball by the 9 inside the 8, 2 rails, kind of going right at the 7. And one thing you can learn from Shane is he'll make a decision, and then his commitment to that decision is just as good as anybody in the world, and it really bodes well for winning titles. Okay, so just as it was so important for Stepanov to get that lag and maybe get on the board, maybe now quite the opposite with Shane stealing this first rack.
So that's 1-0 to USA. Our overall score at the moment for the ABN Billiards Dream Challenge is 6-5 to Team USA.
Well, now they're switching watches, so I'm not sure. I bet we'll be able to tell very easily on whose is whose. And one thing that's so impressive here in Russia, and I saw at the Kremlin Cup, is so many great pyramid players. Just imagine if all those guys had changed, like Ruslan and some of these others, to 9-ball pool. So cue sports in Russia isn't like a foreign thing.
Well, you know what? I believe that any cue sport player is supposed to play all of them, like be it pool, snooker, Russian pyramid, three cushion. Every game just can bring so much to your own.
Yeah, I think so. I think for the pool players, I think all the pool pocket billiard disciplines are very, very important. There's a bit more difference in techniques sometimes, but you can definitely learn things from all the games. Okay, a big shot here. He's got to follow his ball around a couple rails, probably right in between the 3 and 9. Okay, watch out. If he doesn't bump the 3, he could get behind the 3, and this could be a problem.
And it is.
Yeah, and it's very tough to jump the ball when you're stuck to the rail. It's more difficult than when the cue ball's a little bit more open. And you can see, he, of course, is going to have some air on this cue ball, but can he get out for position even if he does make the 2, or is the cue ball kind of go into the 7 and snooker in behind the 9? Okay, he rattled it. He hit it well, and the way these tables been playing, you didn't expect that from that angle. But so a bit of unfortunate making a great shot on the 1, and then going all the way around the table and getting right behind the 3.
So just to let you know, guys, that the heart rates on the inside of the graphics there are the players, with the outer being the captains.
Yeah, and deservedly so. You can see that Allen's is raising a little bit on the right-hand side, not only because Shane is at the table ahead 1-0, but a very important point, most likely, for Russia here. Definitely. To close out day 2.
Yet too early to be desperate for Team Russia in this very match?
Well, no. I mean, they saw what America did the last 2 years coming back on them, so of course they want the point, and it's here. We're here to talk about how important these points may be, but they're going to stick to what they've been doing and believe in their game.
Just seeing the Robert Burns pub and roast up there. That's the local pub here in Moscow, and we actually went, didn't we, Jeremy, as a Team USA and Matchroom dinner outing. As congratulations to Tyler for winning the Kremlin Cup, and just before, obviously, Team USA coming in, playing in this Dream Challenge event, and they do a lovely burger, I must say.
Well, the steak was excellent as well. The fish was nice that my wife had, and the vegetable, everything was nice.
And so that's 2-0 to Shane Van Boening against Konstantin Stepanov. And this is our final match of the evening here, day 2 of the ABN Billiards Dream Challenge. What's Johan saying to Shane there?
No
idea.
No telling. Maybe, you okay? Need anything? Shane will get involved, but it's usually more. He really watches a lot more than people think. He was actually texting me earlier during Billy's match, and we were talking about some things to work on with Billy, maybe.
Okay. Which is good. It shows that he's got this involvement, and he
actually
cares a lot about the team. And I think sometimes previously in the Mosconi Cup, people have thought that Shane is very obviously disconnected from the team. But I think previous years, the team just hasn't been right. And personally, I felt, and obviously being a little bit on the outside and not being in the team, they were just so different last year, and they connected a lot better. And this is obviously helping develop them further for this November as well. And it's great to see that Shane's obviously, messaging you to talk about Billy's game and things like that. And he's sitting there. This is a team event as such.
Yeah, and he tries to help the guys as well, but he also recognizes that us being the coaches, that hey, maybe let us know what he's thinking at times, and maybe we'll get the point across a little bit, and then he'll follow up with some things. So.
Yeah.
And he knows that it's going to take a lot of, it's going to take, obviously not perfection usually to win, but it's going to take a real solid effort come November. And he's not there to lose. He doesn't make trips to lose.
No, he doesn't.
There is just another dry break for Konstantin.
Yeah, and I think a combo or a kiss shot is available. I think the combo is what he'll probably shoot. Now, he may play the kiss. I don't know. It's awfully thin for the combo, but he can play the kiss with a little. Yeah, he's going to play the kiss shot with a little left English. Doesn't need much. You don't want to spin it too heavily. And the good thing, it's a fairly thin hit on the 1, so the 1 shouldn't go very far at all. And the 2 near also. Oh, he didn't play any left English. He just played it natural, and the left would have threw the 3 ball a little bit more cleaner into the pocket. Stepanov, who's going to have a shot in the corner, but he is going to be elevated over the 3. Good thing, again, the 2's not far, so he just needs to come back with the cue ball maybe 6 inches or
Needs
so.
to make it. Needs to make it.
Yeah, in a funny little position on the 4. We'll get a look at it here shortly, but the 4 you have to go. If it passes the 9, that would really help Stepanov. That way he doesn't have to come across the table. And if he has to come across the table, he has to have perfect speed not only to get on the 4, but if he goes too far with the cue ball, it's not easy to get on the 4 to the 5. So he'd like to draw up the left side rail here, I believe. Okay, he's going to look at that. I would entertain shooting the 4 by the 9 myself. Just I'd have to at least look at it.
And I believe this is the shot he's going for. Oh, no.
Okay, so he sacrificed a little distance, and he's in good position. And that was actually the right way to play it, for sure. Looking at how easy that position was. Okay, now he's got to make a decision. I'd probably come with top right English and go around the 7 here. I don't want to try and dig on the cue ball too much with this slick table. Nice shot there. And he definitely has a nice sweet swing, really good tempo.
Yeah, you know what? I know people were coming for the Derby City straight pool event only to watch Ruslan and Costa for their fundamentals.
Big mistake here. Big mistake here, getting snookered on the 7. Now he's got a little piece of it to play safe. And I'm not sure why he followed with inside. All he had to do was draw back maybe 3 or 4 inches and take a little longer shot on the 7. Because just like we talked about, when you draw the ball out 2 rails, you have to put energy into the cue ball. And if it just like following it out with inside, you have to do the same to get it going. And if you go a little hard, it's going to run out on you.
I could try to discover about his decision if he feels like talking after this match.
Well, I mean, we've all done it, right? But he's such a solid ball pocketer. There's no reason to try and get that much closer when it talk about position. Okay, that may be a little hard. I'm not sure. No, that's pretty nice.
Fine.
No, that's pretty nice. So good recovery.
It's nice, but there's one player that you cannot give any opportunities to, and that is Shane Van Boening.
Yeah.
He's just going to rob you for it, isn't he?
Yeah, and the thing is, when you talk about percentages, if he steals 1 out of 4 games from this position, that's 1 out of 4 that should have never happened.
For sure.
Oh, my. Didn't expect that one.
No, definitely not.
And he just caught it a little thick. He was trying to catch the long rail on the right side.
Well, 3 balls on the table and ball in hand situation is where you expect every pro to run out. And even the amateur.
That's right. So we haven't seen any mistakes from Shane in this event until rack 3 of this match. We saw a kiss shot that was missed. And of course, the last one was very difficult anyways, the thin hit on the 7.
Konstantin Stepanov desperately needed this point on the scoreboard, and he gets it.
So that's 2-1 to Team USA. Konstantin trailing by 1 rack. And it's race to 5 here at the Dream Challenge. Russia with a few more smiles on their face there.
Yeah, well, they're some pleasant guys to be around, that's for sure. Every day we came in during training and then during the Kremlin Cup, they always came up, you know, plenty of handshakes and warm thoughts and some funny guys as well.
Yeah, and once again, you never want yourself trailing to Shane Van Boening 3-0
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
in a race to 5.
Yeah, and so he kind of got away with that mistake a little bit, and he'll probably learn from it. That being Stepanov. Okay, broke those. Awesome. Any reward at all? No. Another dry break.
You know what, Jeremy? We haven't seen a ball down on the break so far in this match.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Absolutely.
And you can see Shane hit him great, and Stepanov's been hitting him well also. So not much to worry about here, just from the 5 to the 6, huh, Michael?
Yeah, right. Just connect them dots. I think this gives me an opportunity to remind all of us that Shane obviously is sponsored by Q-Tech, so Q-Tech is his cue of choice. And the weight is 19 ounces, tip diameter 12.5 millimeters, and I'm a little bit surprised seeing he probably switched from Elkmaster to Sniper in terms of tip choice.
Well, the Sniper, as far as that is one of the few layered tips that I ever played with, because it is the most similar to an Elkmaster. It's made very similar, but with layers. It's one that like I said, I rarely use layered tips, but that one I have used a few times, and I did like it.
Is there any special reason you were trying to stay away from the layered ones?
Well, I kind of felt like the first layer or two on most of the layered tips. Now, it's been some time since I've really toyed with it, so I know they've improved as the years have gone on. But I've always felt like the first layer or two I really liked, but then I would lose a little feel, and I felt like it would get a little harder as each layer went. So I don't know. I just for me, for my preference, I guess, I like a tip that really feels like I'm grabbing the ball. Okay, fell a little straight here, but I think he can cheat the pocket enough to get he's going to draw, so he's definitely going to cheat the pocket. I'm surprised he didn't go forward for the 7 up in the corner. And that's that side spin I was talking about. Sometimes when you put heavy side spin, even with the draw, the cue ball just kind of stalls a little bit coming off the rail with this slick cloth. And he could have just rolled forward for the 7 all the way up.
And that sweet draw shot was the one where the Kamui soft, which Konstantin is using, was very handy.
You guys got to move on from tip talk because you are losing me right now.
I got you.
No, I'm too engrossed in this match, I must say.
Oh, a nice thin cut on the 7, and one more of those on the 8, most likely on the side. Just got to command, not only making the ball, but command the speed of the cue ball. Well, a simple 9 to level us at 2 apiece, and Stepanov to break off here in game 5.
And just look how calm everybody is, both the players and both the captains.
So that's 2 apiece.
That's right. And that heart rate may have something to do, again, long days, nearing the end, and they kind of know what. There's only 2 outcomes from here, either knotted at 6 or 7-5. So, you know, for Team Russia, they're not in the worst spot, and definitely Team USA is not in the worst spot. Not in a bad spot anyways.
Well, for the next day, we have only 2 matches definitely scheduled, both being Scotch doubles, and then, if things remain level, we're down to the captain's picks. How fascinating is that?
Yeah, it's always a.
Do you have already your plan, like for the next day, like the order of the of appearance, probably?
I think Johan said he was putting me out for the captain's pick.
Well, he had mentioned that to me. No. No, I mean, we've had some things to talk about, but we have to talk about tonight's play as well.
For sure.
And the performance by the guys. But we have some strategies, and it was amazing last year at the Moscone, which we picked lineups, and it was eerily similar a lot. There was only, I think, 2 different differences throughout the entire event. And watch out for the cue ball. Now, we've gotten a consistent rack, you might say, because that's our fifth dry break. And you won't see Shane pass up on this 1-6 combination. Now, the one thing is he's got to worry a little bit about the 2 ball when the cue ball is concerned, as far as not getting behind the 2 or the 9.
That's a weird thing we are getting with break shots during this match.
Yeah, but I kind of like it to where the dry breaks are very possible, at least, because I want to see with the stress level how the guys handle it.
Yeah, and once again, it brings the amount of strategy needed and just like some safety battle.
Okay, he's made them both. Now, did he contain any type of shot? Oh, he's got it. He's got the 2 in the side, I believe, and that'll take him, I think, to the right side rail. In between above the 5 and then drop down in between the 5 and 8?
Or maybe just into the 5 once again.
Yeah, but the 8's there. I think it lays okay for him to shoot the 2 in the. Well, he's looking at the corner. I think he can slide this ball to the right side of the rail and in between the 5 and 8. Oh, he stayed above. So does that mean he's going to play the kiss shot here, Michael, or is he going to play the 3-7 combo?
Well, definitely he's got both options, and I like the combo this way.
I think you're right here. Make sure you don't get elevated over the 4 or anything like that. Or behind the 4. Now, he expected the 3 to, he expected a better hit on the 7 to where the 3 would have been a little bit more left of the 4. So big problems here.
And Shane's very puzzled with the outcome of this shot.
Okay, is he kicking to lay on top of the 3, or is he kicking to come behind the 8? Behind the 8, it looks like that. Didn't quite get there. So no real easy safety here as far as something you feel like you're going to get a definite snooker. So I like trying to come behind the 9 with the cue ball, play the 3 behind the 8, and I think just hit the top of the 3 with a little left spin and come all the way down behind the 9. It's a very natural path. I think the 3 will just come one rail kind of behind the 8 ball.
I wouldn't be looking past the cross-side bank, though.
Yeah, very hard to judge on the slick table, though. It's not laying very natural. He has to cut it a bit. He went for the cross corner, and that was the one I expected probably least. The safety was pretty on. Did you see the path that the cue ball took right there? It took the exact path I was talking about without trying to play the bank.
Yeah, right.
And something you say to some of the guys that are pros is try to play with a little less maybes. Oh, maybe I end up leaving the 3 on the back rail and he doesn't have a shot. You got to play a little bit more definite at this level.
Good point to make.
Yeah, and this guy here makes that point all the time. Shane does.
And that's where it's so important, these players being together and learn from
yeah.
one another.
Oh, yeah. He's very crystal clear on what he does. Okay, that end rail seems to be having a little more spring in it, Michael, as the matches have gone on, and that's just from the table breaking in a little bit more.
So Shane goes 1 rack up in a race to 5, leading 3 racks to 2.
Yeah, and breaking the ball, so you figure it's got to give sooner or later. Somebody makes a ball on the break.
And it's just worth noticing for Team USA here, the shirts that the guys are wearing for USA, they are the official Team USA jerseys for the Mosconi Cup,
Oh, wow.
which have just launched this week. And I believe that you can pre-order them online via the Mosconi Cup website and Ultimate Team Gear, but you can actually pre-order them to collect at the event with your name on the back of it as well.
Oh, wow,
which
great.
is an added service that Ultimate Team Gear are offering, which is always very good. They are basically the leading jersey business, I think, in this industry, and we actually use them across our other sports as well. So it's good to see these jerseys for the first time.
So we get the ball down finally.
Yeah, two
Finally.
of them actually just rocketed right in the corner pockets. I'm not sure if it was both corner balls. Now, this is going to be an interesting shot. Is there any route to go around the 6 and 5, 3 rails, and get to the 2?
I think the 6 is not in the way, but 4 definitely might be there.
Well, what about inside the 6? Come tight to that corner pocket and get, yeah, exactly where he pointed his cue. That's the path. The thing on this, though, is you have to trust smoothing it around the table, Michael. If you try to hit it a little more firm, you're going to lose probably the control. He's going 3 rails tight. So he's going to come somewhere near the 7 and 9, I think. Don't see him playing any type of safety. He's definitely going to stay aggressive. Okay, got a friendly little kiss. It's going to be a little too much. No, he's okay. He's just fine.
And he can go to rails for the 4 to the corner pocket.
Yeah, I would stay for the 4 in the upper left, I think.
Yeah, right.
I think, anyways, because you could easily overrun or underrun trying to come for the 4 in the other corner. But again, he's at the table. Yeah, I like that right there.
Speaking of apparel, Emily, are you going to have something else, a part of polo shirts offered, like hoodies or?
Yeah, we're actually looking at some more merchandise, like bags, for instance, and we are also potentially trialing some pants.
Oh, wow.
But for the warm-up match, which we will be announcing
okay.
very soon.
I hope they're not joggers or whatever.
No, but we are exploring a few different merchandise options. You know, like I mentioned, a lot of the other sports we do, merchandise is a huge thing for us, and everyone wants a hoodie, everyone wants a T-shirt, everyone wants a bag, and it's something that we've never really done in pool before, and everyone should be having these souvenirs, and yeah, we're definitely looking at it.
What about some long sleeve options?
No, we need to look at some long sleeve options, don't we? But
Well, I think it was Nick Teal wearing the Matchroom multi-sport pants. So.
Yeah, but we can't have everyone wearing those, otherwise I'll start getting confused.
Yeah. You have to heighten the security, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the amount of people that ask us for that apparel, but yeah, we have to stick that within the team, otherwise...
So it's now on Konstantin Stepanov to try to make some balls off the break.
Yeah, and all he can do is just keep hitting them like he's hitting them, I think. I mean, the left side of the table, their left side of the table has been the successful side, it seems like, for most of the players in the matches. Now, this match, it's gone a little awry, but... Okay, here we go. Rack number 7. Our last match of day 2. Okay, he's gotten 2 down. 2 down? No, 1 down, excuse me. But the 2's not going to end up in the most friendly positions, especially with the 3 doesn't pass the 5. So probably a safety here, huh, Michael?
He's got the shot on the 2, but like you mentioned, no easy position for the 3, especially if it's not called for.
Yeah, I'll have to bank the 2 up and just, I think, being on the rail, just kind of float the cue ball right up behind the 9. Could use the 4. Just kind of how he feels he's going to be most accurate. That looks a little light to me.
Using the 9.
Yeah, that looked a little light. Oh, okay, use the 4, so that was all right.
So it's...
Shane's going to jump at this, and if he's successful getting over it, I like his end to get the snooker here.
Once again, on these kinds of jumps, you are aiming the cue ball just to come towards the wall, not contacting the felt before it, right?
Oh yeah, you mean just kind of landing on the two most likely. And you would think so, and for sure years ago you had to, but the technology with the jump is so amazing now, and along with that, the guys are so great with it. So the combination of both, he may get the cue ball down on the ground, on the surface before hitting the two. It was close. Okay, so.
Bit lucky there.
Yes, definitely. He was certainly trying to knock the two up table and bring the cue ball back behind the 4-9. And definitely quieted the crowd with that fluke. So here you come towards the 3 as much as you can. You don't want to lose accuracy on making the 2 though. He may end up playing the 3-5. Okay, so this tells you he's probably playing safe. And this is eerily similar to the combination he made last year to win the Mosconi Cup.
Everyone remembers that moment.
Yes. And he kind of rolled it in too. It was so sweet. Kind of feel like if he shoots it this time, he's going to fire it. Like that.
Oh, wow.
Moved every ball on the table almost. And he needs the bridge, and he needs it in a hurry. So Shane's heart rate up a bit more, up over 100.
Still pretty calm, though, isn't it?
Pretty manageable, isn't it? Now, Johan's cool as a cucumber over there. And the 6 does pass the 9, so really just 1 4-ball away and gaining position on the 6 from getting the last point of day 2 and carrying a 2-point lead into day 3.
I'll try and contain my excitement.
Shane is very close here, getting his team back in the lead by 2 points at the scoreline of 7-5, going into the last day of the Dream Challenge.
And it will leave Team USA feeling extremely confident going into day 3. And there he does it. Shane Van Boening taking the final match of the event this evening.
Yeah.
With the overall score now at 7-5 to Team USA. And so that's the ABN Billiards Dream Challenge. End of day 2. We'll be starting day 3 at 8 p.m. local time tomorrow.
That's right. I really enjoyed it, guys, and a great performance by both teams with the USA really coming on strong after losing that first point.
And we will see both of these guys, Shane Van Boening and Konstantin Stepanov, as a starter, joined by Billy Thorpe and Ruslan Chinakov.
Okay, so a bunch of star power to start day 3. So make sure to stay tuned at ABN Billiards on their Facebook page.
You will not want to miss it, guys. Join us tomorrow.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Michael.
everyone.
Thank you, Emily.
Thanks.
Раз. Дорогие гости, не забывайте ставить печати на разовые пропуска и расплачиваться на бае в ресторане.